Hey guys, thought I'd sit down today and just do a bit of playing around. I've got a bunch of makeup that I've had. Some is new, some I haven't, has been sitting in drawers, and I'm kind of like, well, I may as well just try it. And I thought, oh, I'm going to sit here and actually record it while I do that. Actually most of these products are old. They've been on the market for a while. So there shouldn't be anything here that you can't get your hands on. And they come from high end, low end, all the way across drugstore. And yeah, I just figured I'd see what I put together and basically do what I enjoy doing most, and that's just playing with makeup. So I hope you enjoy that. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do is my base. And I have the Red Earth Prime Perfection Hydrating Makeup Base. So a super hydrating lightweight lotion that provides skin with extra moisture while optimizing the application and wear of foundation for a natural looking and flawless complexion. So I'm pretty certain I won't be flawless, but I'll just, oh, it's got a little safety cap. It's always nice. It comes out like any other hydrating primer that I've used, more of a moisturizing feel. Doesn't have any specific scent. Definitely feels moisturizing. So that's quite nice. I got that one off Catch of the Day, and I think it was a couple of dollars. So that's always a nice thing. Sorry, I'm just having a drink. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is I picked up the other day, and it was marked down at Priceline, is the Australis Unicorn Drops. I figured, let's put that all over my face and see if I can sparkle like a unicorn. It's quite a thick consistency. Just going to put it on my sponge, and I'm just going to apply it all over. Now I'm shining like the Tin Man. Hello. I hope I've got a little bit more brains than the Tin Man. Could be something to be argued, I guess. Some days after work I feel that I have no brains left. Alright, so come in a little bit closer. So it's definitely shimmery. So let's see how this looks underneath foundation, see if it brings a bit of foundation to life. Okay, the foundation I have is the New Look Maybelline Fit Me. Okay, it is the Dewy and Smooth for normal to dry skin. I've got it in 220 Natural Beige. However, I think this has a bit of a yellower undertone than I normally like. But we shall see. So, putting that on with my sponge again. And we'll see how we go. It doesn't have a pump. So, that's frustrating. But, you know, I can live with that. I'm just going to apply that on. Oh, it's not coming across as yellow as I thought it might. It's meant to be quite neutral, but I thought it might pull a little bit to the yellow side. As I've said, I've got neutral skin, so I can kind of get away if it doesn't pull too cool or too warm. I can get away with most foundations. Just remembering I am applying that under a, over a very shimmery base, so hopefully I glow like the gods. And we're done. So that is one layer. We can see I've got some, you can see I'm doing this with my window open today, so there's a little bit of light reflect. But that is one layer. I would say it's a medium coverage. It hasn't covered up all of my broken capillaries on my chin. Let's see if we can build it up a little bit. Just realised I've missed a bit of my mo. Just gonna get rid of that. No one wants to see good old that. Alright. So looking at that closely, we'll zoom in. See how we go. So looking at that closely. It's not too bad. Definitely a dewy finish. It's not mattifying in any way. It hasn't covered all of my redness, but it's definitely evened out the majority of my skin. Okay, so let's go on to concealer and see what we can hide after a long day at work. The other day, the Rimmel Lasting Finish Breathable in 100 Fair. So let's see how this goes. It's got one of those spongy tops. Oh, she's a bit fair. Let's see what happens. Just gonna blend this out. I'm gonna take it onto the lid because I don't have any new eye primers today. Just going to put a little bit more on my eye baggage. Some days it's not so bad, my under eyes, but I haven't been sleeping well in the last week. It's been a crazy week at work last week. Haven't slept well. You know, those times when you just have nightmares and you're waking up all night long because your brain decides it's going to be good to process it in the middle of the night and dream stupid stuff. It's crazy. I ended up getting with the mayor of our town in my dream the other night, because your brain, like, I don't know if you ever notice in your dreams, but you will never dream about someone that you haven't met. So you'll never have, but for some reason it connected with my, the mayor of my town. I think I've met him like twice. It was very strange. But that's okay. It's a good dream. Then it turned into a nightmare. It wasn't so good after that. Okay, so this is the concealer. It's okay. I wouldn't say that it has the best coverage. It's got a quite lightweight feel about it. It hasn't completely diminished my under eye baggage, but as to whether it will crease, it's, you know, you can definitely see the wrinkles, especially when I go like this. But we'll set it and see how it goes. So I'm just going to set it with my translucent powder. It's not a new one. So just going to tap that across. Usually I don't have this much translucent powder, but I was doing up them transfer into my my freelance kit, and I kind of had to get a bit of this into a container, and so it's over exploded. So I'm going to quickly get rid of that because I don't like to bake. My eyes are too, my skin's too dry to do any baking. So get rid of that, and then I'm going to go in with the rest of my face with just a light layer of pressed powder. Just using the Australis Fresh and Flawless. Don't have a new powder. I'm kind of like, why get a new powder when I like this one? I'm not going to do too much because I've just spent all that time trying to have a hydrating look, so I don't want to take away all of that effort I've put in. But there we go. Have a bit of a look. It's not too bad. She's alright. Let's see how she goes up into my forehead lines. Because I spend my whole day going like this. So I got quite distinct forehead lines. I got Botox last year for my migraines, and I thought, oh, it might work with my forehead lines, but I ended up looking like a stunned elf. So I'd rather just deal with the lines. I'm happy with them. Let's try the brow product. So I've got the Brow Artist Sculpt by L'Oreal in brunette. It's a weird looking thing. It's got a brush and also a little sculpting tool. So let's see how we go. So generally with my brows, I don't really like to play with the shape too much. It's just a matter of filling in some sparse areas. You know, I keep them quite naturally. That's my excuse anyway. It's basically I'm too lazy to sit there and try and carve them out and define them. And it kind of, because I have such deep set brows, like eyes, if my brows are overly defined, I look like I want to kill people. And, you know, as a teacher, that's probably not good because I think my students would sit there and think I wanted to kill them all day long. Some days, it's probably quite accurate. So I'm just going to brush through with it's quite weird, the way it's designed, trying to get in with that brush. It's a little bit large too, so I wouldn't say that this, if you want to really do anything with great definition, I don't think this would be the best product for it. But it's added a bit of colour, I think. And we'll see how that goes. So let's try the eyes. I've got two palettes I haven't really played with. I've got the new Perception palette by Colourpop. And then I've also got the Natasha Denona Eyeshadow Palette 5, the 5 palette pan. It's quite a, I guess, neutrally warm palette. There's 4 shimmers and then probably one that's meant to be a matte, but I think it's a bit of a satin, which is the dark brown. So it's probably not going to be good to lay over my eyes to begin with. So I might go in with some colours from the Perception palette. I might go in with, just on a large fluffy brush, I might go in with Culture from the Perception palette and just kind of put that all over my crease, just softly blow it out. In with a little bit of Revenge now, just still on that fluffy brush. I'm gonna tap off the majority of that. I'm just gonna kind of roughly put it in the outer area, and then I'm going to clean off the excess off my brush because it's actually quite nicely, it gives a nice payoff. And then I'm going to work that through. Alright, so I'm going to move over to a more tapered blending brush, and I'm going to go in with that darker brown from the Natasha Denona palette. So I'm going to go in with this one here, just on the tip of my brush, and I'm going to just deepen up that outer crease a little bit. I'm going to take it down onto the outer portion of my lid. Trying to work out whether these shadows are worth the price. So they blend quite nicely, and it's kept its colour. On just a shader brush, I'm going to go in with the bronzy colour. I'm going to put that over the centre and out towards the outer portion of my lid. It's definitely a nice shadow. I haven't wet my brush or anything like that. Kind of feels like a cream when I'm putting it into the pan. Take that brush that I was using before and kind of blend out the edges there. Just going to wipe off that shader brush, and I'm going to go in with this kind of soft gold colour here. And put this on this inner thing and bringing it across to blend with that bronze colour. Those two colours together right in the crossover point, so they kind of fade into each other. It's not a harsh line. I'm then going to go in with that large blending brush and just kind of soften out this top area. Just make sure that everything's quite well blended together. Okay, then on just a little tiny shade, just on a little tiny shaded brush that I've got, I'm going to go in with this kind of white gold that's down on the end, and I'll put that on the inner part of my eye. The shimmers definitely pack a punch. Okay, there we go. Then get a big fluffy brush that still doesn't have anything on it, and I'm going to just soften that out a little bit. Okay, for liner, I'm going to play around just because I can. NYX Vivid Brights liquid liner in Vivid Fire. and see how we go. I just want to see how it applies, if it's opaque. And I'm just playing around, so it doesn't really matter how the look ends up. I personally like using red somewhere if I can, with the blue / green eyes. I just find it brings out the colour. It certainly is applying nicely, like it's a nice wet formula. So I ended up going over that eyeliner twice just to intensify the colour. It is drying down to be kind of a little bit more of a deeper red than what it goes on as. It goes on quite bright, and as it dries it's drying down to a bit of a deeper red colour. So the next thing I'm going to do is which is something I don't normally do, I'm going to put a black in my waterline, but I think with all of the red, a little bit of black will help prevent me looking like I'm dying. So I'm going to use the Models Prefer Artist Collection pencils, eye pencils, and this one's just in black. So I'm going to run that through. Tight line with it as well. It's probably not fully designed for in the waterline. It's quite soft in colour. Oh, there we go. So far, I'm going to just put mascara on. I'm going to try the Zooey Certified Organic Flora Mascara. Hey, does it say anything about it on the back? No. No, it's an Australian brand, so Zooey Organic from Queensland. That's cool. So I'm just going to apply that and then I will be back. Is back with the mascara. It was quite a dry formula. I have had it in my drawer for a while. I haven't opened it, but it has been in my drawer for a while. I got a feeling that it'd be one of those ones that would dry out quite quickly. I prefer a drier mascara, but this one is one that I think I'd have to use pretty quickly, otherwise it's going to become too dry. It's got a thick bristle brush, which is what I prefer. I don't like the little plastic ones. I prefer the natural fibre thick ones. So it's okay. It was a mascara. I'm not going to, go screaming down the street about how amazing it is, but it is definitely it's a usable mascara. MAC blush in Raisin. It's always a scary looking blush to begin with. It is quite a dark blush, so I put the smallest amount on my brush and I tap it off, because a little bit goes a long way. This isn't obviously a new one, I've had this for a long time, but I am using a new brush. This is a Kmart brush. It was on clearance the other day. It's really soft, really nice. Part of their metallics range. So I am diffusing out that blush, and then I'm just going to go in with my powder brush. This is something I always do right at the end. Just run it over and soften it out further. Then I'm going to use the Mecca Cosmetica Enlightened Lit From Within Illuminating Balm. I'm just going to tap a little bit of that. Just right on my cheekbone. I promise I'm not flipping you off. Over that just to spread it out a little bit. And then we're going to go on to lips. So with this kind of look, I guess I could go two ways, and I've got two products here that we could try. So I bought the Vogue. I actually luckily got one. There was one Vogue Australia left the other day that had a free Kylie lip kit in it, because I refused to buy from Kylie Cosmetics because I kind of think they're overpriced, and I don't think the Kardashians are the greatest role models for kids. But it was as a freebie with the magazine, so I thought, why not? The colour that was available was hazel. Okay, so quite a like soft brown colour. So oh, I must admit, the lip pencil is beautiful. Very soft, very creamy, a lot of colour. Definitely the kind of tone you could probably overline your lips a little bit with too and get away with it. Oh, very nice lip pencil. And now the liquid lip. Oh, it smells beautiful. It smells like strawberry and cream lollies. Allen's strawberry and cream. If you're an Aussie, you know what I'm talking about. Oh. So that applied really nicely. I can't complain with the application of it. It's not, you know, probably the colour I would rock every day, but it's nice. I'm just going to spray my face with some Australis finishing spray. Just, I think, needs a bit of life back in it. Feels a bit better. So that is one look. I'm just going to take off these lips and I will try another colour. I'm going to turn up the lights a little bit because it's the sun set outside. It's taken me a little bit longer than I expected. And I'm going to try one last colour. So I got the other day in a haul the Bite lip pencil or lip crayon in Chablis, that's right. I couldn't say it then. I still can't say it now. Oh, it feels nice applying. It's definitely a sheerer colour. That is lovely. I think I like that colour with the look better. So this is what we've ended up with. Sun's gone down. So There we go. So that is just me playing with some new makeup products. Well, new products to me that I haven't played with before. None of them are really that new, probably except the Colourpop Perception, but that's been out for a few months now. But I just wanted to have a bit of a play. I hope you like the look I put together, and you join me on the next one. Please don't forget to subscribe. Like I said, it goes a long way if you just click that subscribe button for me. Feel free to share. I don't mind making a fool of myself as an old lady playing with makeup. I make a fool of myself every day at work, so it's all good. I'm used to it. So if you have enjoyed this, give it a thumbs up, share it, be great. And as always, remember, be kind, be strong, and be a warrior. And I will see you later. Bye.